Hello, everyone, and welcome, welcome, welcome. This is another bonus episode of the Profitable Coaching Conversation Show with WendyY Bailey. And yes, I am indeed WendyY Bailey. And, I want to come to you today to talk about what you need to think before you scale your coaching business. I'm going to get into a little bit of detail in just a minute, but let me do a little bit of housekeeping. Welcome again to the Profitable Coaching Conversation Show. And, this is a show that we go live. We release episodes for twice a week. On Tuesdays is the guest episode. On Thursdays is the bonus episode. So here we are today with a bonus episode. If you miss any of the episodes, you can check out all of the past episodes at profitablecoachingconversations.com. You can also become a member of the society. I would love to support you. Go to profitablecoachingsociety.com. It's a growing community of coaches and content creators and course creators and mentors and strategists just like you. And they're there. We're all sharing best practices. We're sort of jumping in and being part of the sharing there to add value to the entire community. You can watch this on Thursdays. We're here live on LinkedIn in my private Facebook community, the Profitable Coaching Society. And we're also on YouTube, on the Profitable Coaching Conversations YouTube channel. Again, if you miss any episodes, you can go and get Profitable Coaching Conversations and you'll see the latest episodes there. We're also on all of the audio podcast directories and platforms. So wherever you listen to your podcast, just search for Profitable Coaching Conversations and you'll find the show. Lastly, this week on Monday, we started airing on Roku on the Diamond Experience Factor Network. And so the bonus episodes are also going to be showing on Roku and Amazon Fire Stick, and I think there's another one. But we're excited about saying hello and welcoming new viewers to the Profitable Coaching Conversation Show. I'm WendyY Bailey, and most people call me Wendy Y. Yes, you do pronounce the second Y. And I'm a 20-year veteran master business and sales coach. I love what I do. I coach other coaches and mentors and strategists, etc., on how to master business, marketing, and sales. For business, we talk about processes and systems. We talk about automation. For marketing, we talk about visibility strategies and what you do to get seen, known, and heard in the marketplace. And then sales is the third area. And I believe sales is a conversation. And that means a sales conversation where you are talking one-to-one, you're talking one-to-many. You're also writing conversationally in your email marketing as well as in your copy for your website. So all of those things really bring my experience and my expertise together, and I serve my clients really, really well. So let's jump into our topic. When I thought about scaling my business, I've thought about it a couple of times and I've attempted a couple of times, but then I got stopped by something. So what I realized is you've got to be in the right frame of mind to scale your coaching business. Scaling is a buzzword these days. Every expert in the industry, in the marketplace, is talking about what you need to do to scale your coaching business. The reason for it is because as an industry, as a community, as a world, we understand the need for downtime. We understand the need for balance. We understand the need for growth. We understand the need for opportunity to balance life in a big way. And part of that is making sure that you're able to step into a different role in your coaching business. Now, even though I'm talking about for your coaching business, this message that I'm giving you today is really for more than just the coach, right? It's for an entrepreneur who is in business. Because again, it really is about preparing your business for growth. That's really what scaling means. It means you understand that it's time for you to start working in your business. That means you're doing the day-to-day tasks, and it's time for you to work on your business. And working on your business means that you are overseeing the growth, the progress of your business. You're the visionary, you're the business development person who is is really the face of your business, the face of your brand. And because of that capacity, you're not caught into the minutia of the everyday. And in order to step away from the minutia to work on your business versus in your business, a large part of what you have to do is to adjust your mindset. That's why today's topic is what you need to think before you scale your coaching business. I'm kind of thinking about it, and I think I'm going to do a couple of other scale type of topics in so this is going to be a series next month or next week. I think I want to do something on what you need to do or what you need to know to scale your business. So just tune back in. We're here every Thursday in the 2 p.m. Eastern hour. And if you're catching us on the replay, just type replay in the comments. Let me know you were here so that I can, say hello to you. Of course, if you have any questions along the way, you can also pose your questions and I'll go back to the platforms and see how I can support you with answers. So what you need to think before you scale your coaching business really does involve your mindset. My personal mantra is mindset is everything. Mindset is everything. The first thing you must do is serve from your zone of genius. You can't be in your zone of genius, right? You can't be outside of that and trying to be all things to all people. You can't be a Jill or Jack of all trades if you truly want to scale your business. It requires a different way of thinking. It requires focus. And one of the key things I see my clients do is they have this fear of missing out. So if you somehow narrow your target or you narrow your focus, you think you're going to leave people out. And that's the farthest thing from the truth. The truth is your clients want a specialist. They don't want a generalist. They want a specialist, someone that they can come and talk to that has a deep area of experience, of expertise, of education that can support them in achieving their biggest goals. Think of it like a physician. In 2019, I changed doctors. I went to a new doctor. It was a primary care physician. And, he's a generalist. As a primary care physician, he's a generalist, an internist, general medical doctor, whatever. They're a generalist, right? And when he saw me, he did a thorough exam and he made referrals to specialists because of the problems that I raised with him, right? So he sent me to people whose area of specialty is focusing on those particular areas of problem that I had, right? The same thing applies to coaching. Coaches don't want a generalist. So if you're calling yourself a generalist, or you're saying to yourself that, yeah, I'm a life coach, or I'm a business coach and I do everything, and I want to serve everybody with some skin on them. First thing, you want to be a specialist, because what happens when you're a specialist as a coach, your ability to coach someone deep into an area really does surface. And that's really what you want. You want your clients to know that you can go wide and deep in those areas, and it makes a world of difference. Like I focus on infrastructure, marketing, and sales. Yeah, those are three areas, but they're very closely related. I don't teach people how to speak or go get speaking gigs. I don't teach people how to write a book. There are coaches who do that. I even have some coaches in my academy that do that. There are other areas that I don't focus on. When I talk about visibility, I talk about, strategy for marketing and things like that, but I don't teach you how to do your social media. I don't tell you what platforms. I give you a strategy for how to do that. But here's my point. When you're in your coaching business, you want to be a specialist. And in order to scale your business, you've got to narrow your focus so that it's clear what you do and how you can serve and support your clients in that particular area of specialization. So serving from your zone of genius really gives you more freedom. It doesn't make you miss out on serving people, right? Stop being a Jack or a Jill of all trades. Get really, really clear about the area you want to focus on and in, and really start to serve from that area as a specialist in that area. So that's the first thing. The second thing I want to say is serve and support your ideal clients only. I should have even capitalized ideal, Because if you're working with less than ideal clients, then you're diluting your marketing efforts. You're trying to, be again a Jack and Jill of all trades to people. And that's not really going to help you and serve you when you get ready to scale your business. Thinking about your ideal client means that you have such clarity about who your ideal client is. You can almost see them coming. You can see when they post something, or if they ask a question, or if you meet them at a networking event. They're easily identifiable to you because they're your ideal client and you know them so well. When you serve and support your ideal clients only, then your attraction for them to them grows as well. And it positions you to serve a lot of your ideal clients, or what I call a SEA of your ideal clients. That's really what you want, because the more you serve that one ideal client in that group or sea of ideal clients, the more you become known as the go-to expert for that ideal client. That also allows you to serve, because it also allows you to identify the spaces and places where your ideal client hangs out. It really serves you well and serves the client really well, because they know they can come to you for what they need. I have clients that work with me and have worked with me off and on for years. And it's because they know when they come to me, they're going to produce a certain result, and I'm going to hold them accountable for producing that result. And because of that, it makes a world of difference for them. Makes a world of difference for them in how I'm able to really deepen their experience and help them achieve greater results. Now, for me, it helps me because I know exactly who is my ideal client and who isn't my ideal client. And I'm focused on attracting my ideal client by going to the right spaces and places where they hang out. It helps me to know what I need to say to them, the messaging of all of my marketing, the kind of content I create, the kind of promises I make, the kind of transformation they're seeking. All of that is tied to your ideal clients. When you serve your ideal clients only, then you are really saying, "Here I am," right? And it's almost like a pool of fish, right? When they're attracted to something, they all come. When you are clear about who your ideal client is, you're attracting that pool of clients, just like the pool of fish. School of fish, isn't it? School of fish. Yeah, you guys know what I'm saying. You guys know what I'm saying. The next thing you want to know is you want to think about is how you replicate yourself. And I tried this a couple of times several years ago to replicate myself. And what I mean by that is identify people that can do what you do and serve your clients at the same time. I see folks are starting to pop on. Hey, D, good to see you. When you are thinking about replicating yourself, years ago when I attempted to do it, I literally had a waiting list for one-on-one clients. And I had a colleague that I had just started to get to know, and when I started working with one particular client, I thought she would be a great match for this coach. This coach would be a great match for her. She would be a great match for the coach. And just in terms of follow up, I've sent them, told them to connect and meet each other. And then when I followed up about 2 weeks ago, 2 weeks later, not ago, but 2 weeks later, to check and see how they were doing, the client actually told me that she started talking to the coach, and the coach basically told her she was on the wrong path. And I was horrified. I was horrified because I thought, oh my gosh, this is somebody who is a client of mine. This is somebody who's a colleague of mine. Yet she still was like poo pooing my client's dreams. And I didn't like that. So that shut it down for me trying to replicate myself. But here's what I learned from that. When you focus on, you know, really vetting the people that you want to serve your clients, you're going to get some real cream of the crop people, coaches, people who serve the same community that you do. And it's going to make a world of difference for how they show up. The way that I replicate myself today is I replicate and elevate coaches from within my academy membership. And the reason I do it that way is because I get to see how they show up. I get to see their work product. I get to see how they coach. I get to see their energy, their efforts. I get to really know them and vet them properly. And so far, I've vetted one coach in my academy, and I've elevated her, and she's going to start coaching clients within the academy. I want to do more of that. When you replicate yourself, it gives you more freedom so that you can focus on building the business. It gives you more freedom so you can focus on, honing your skills in another way. I'm going to talk about that in just a minute. When you replicate yourself, it gives you the freedom to be the CEO of your business. And that's what you want when you're considering scaling. When you begin to scale, it means your mindset totally shifts from being the worker bee to being the queen bee. It means that you shift from being the working in your business coach to working on your business coach. It gives you the foresight and the insight to really manage your brand in a much more strategic way. Replicating yourself gives you more freedom to do the things that help the business to grow. Okay. And then the next one I want to give you, and this is going to be a real meaty one. So let me pause right here and just kind of remind you guys that, I'm here. And if you're watching this, be sure that you type replay in the comments if you're watching the replay. If you're here, I see you're still here, Dee. Thank you so much for being here. If you have questions, you can post them in the comments as well. I'm live streaming on LinkedIn, in my private Facebook community at profitablecoachingsociety.com, and on, I said Facebook, YouTube, on the Profitable Coaching Conversations YouTube channel as well. If you missed any of the episodes before, you can go to profitablecoachingconversations.com and catch all the latest episodes. Okay. Now, I've been giving you what you should think before you scale your coaching business. And so far, I've told you that it's important for you to serve from your zone of genius. That's number one. Number two is that you serve and support your ideal clients only. Number three is that you replicate yourself. And five, I'm going to go into a little bit more detail around, because so much around scaling your business is about boundaries, right? No is a complete sentence. When you say no to certain things, it means you're saying yes to other things. So when you're scaling, you have to be very, very, very discriminating about how you spend your time, how you spend your effort, how you spend your energy, what you invest in. I like to say the people on LinkedIn are really off the rails. I get communication several times a day from people who are like, hey, want to connect with you, saw you. And then immediately after I accept their connection, because I do my little, vetting, my little review or whatever, they want to schedule time with me. They want to tell me about a new product they have. They want to tell me about a webinar they're hosting. They want to tell me about how they can help me get more clients. It is so extreme to me that people think just because they made a connection that means that I should want to do business with them. I actually had someone on LinkedIn who endorsed me in a couple of categories and then came back and said, now you need to endorse me. And I was like, but I don't know you. I don't know you. So think about how you preserve your boundaries and how you strengthen your boundaries so that you can focus the time on scaling your business. You can focus your time on the right things that will help you to scale your business. Last thing I want to say about LinkedIn, when you are building relationships with people, what you want to be sure that you focus on is the relationship. It's not about what you can do for people and hitting people overhead and saying, I'm here, you need to work with me. You got to have a strategy for how you connect with people, how you attract clients, how you convert clients and enroll them, how you retain clients. That's a strategy. And to me, hitting people over the head on LinkedIn is not a strategy, right? You've got to be in a place where you know what your strategy is that focuses you on building the relationship. That's really the key. You want to focus your strategy on building the relationship. You got to have really solid boundaries to make that happen. Okay. So here are some ways that you can make build stronger and clearer boundaries. The first is to treasure your time. I told you that when people reach out to me and they say, "Can you book 15 minutes with me?" I'm not okay with that. Not with everybody. You've got to be discerning about how you spend your time. Treasure your time. I block off Fridays and I rarely do calls on Fridays, and that's my down day, right? I may do some work, but it's because I choose to, not because I have to. I try not to book appointments on Friday. Saturdays, I book calls, I book sessions. I even do clubhouse rooms sometimes on Saturdays. I don't mind doing that. Sunday, I don't do that either. Sundays are my days for worship and peace and rest and whatever else I want to do. And Mondays are my admin days. Now, I'm sharing that with you because you've got to block out the time on your calendar, because the time you put on your calendar shows where you put your effort. It shows where you're investing your energy. There's a commercial several years ago that came on, and it was a Church of Latter-day Saints commercial. And there was a little boy, he was like maybe, I'm going to say 5 years old, and his mom was working at the desk in the home office. And he picked up her planner and was kind of like, "What's this?" And she said, "Oh, that's the book that I put all of my important appointments with people I really want to spend time with." And he was like, "Well, am I in there? Do you have me listed in your book?" And it's such a heartwarming kind of thought, because where you spend your time and how you allocate time on your calendar reveals what you value. It reveals what you're invested in. It reveals how you show up in your world and what's important. I had to learn that, right? I had to learn that. It takes you blocking time on your calendar. It takes the priorities that you set being reflected in your calendar. Whenever I get overwhelmed, I go to my calendar and I take certain things off or block certain time. There are days when I'm not monitoring some things, and because I have appointments coming in from different directions for different purposes, that I have a fully booked day. And I often find myself going, "Well, how did I do that?" And then I have to revisit my calendar. So treasuring your time is really, really crucial. Treasuring your time is crucial. The second aspect of having stronger and clearer boundaries is to grow your talents and skills strategically. You don't need to be in every free call, on every free webinar, on every training that somebody is offering. You don't need to do that. You need to think, as you're beginning to scale your business, what's going to be the next important type of training that I want to have? What's the skill that I want to have in my toolkit going forward as I'm moving to scale? My personal example is I'm certified in NLP, but I'd like to increase my NLP skills by becoming a master NLP coach, a master NLP trainer. And when I do that, it's going to serve me in doing what I want to do in the next iteration of my business. This is the next vision that I have. I want to train people on NLP. So think about how you want to grow your skills in a way that helps with your scale, that helps with you elevating the business, right? You want to do that. You want to do that. The next thing is to eliminate all tolerations. All tolerations. One of my colleagues is Dr. Fred Jones, and he is a book coach. And he says, go where you are celebrated, not tolerated, then you will be appreciated, and then you will be compensated. I love that. He's got all these really cool catchphrases. And what I've learned from him, and what I know from my own experience of 20 years, is when you're in the midst of toleration, and I know that's sort of a coaching term, I'm going to clarify that in just a minute. But when you're in the midst of things that you're tolerating, or situations or people that you're tolerating, people that tolerate you rather than celebrate you, it ends up being like a barrier to your success. It is a hurdle that you have to jump over. It becomes a challenge for you, because you got to deal with the toleration before you can get to where you truly aspire to be. When I talk about a toleration, I'm talking about, a physically cluttered environment. I'm talking mental clutter. I'm talking relationships where people don't support you. Maybe it's your spouse or your spice. Maybe it is your friends that don't understand what it looks like to be an entrepreneur, and to be focused on growing your business. Maybe it is, family, whatever it is. Those are tolerations, right? And by toleration, I want you to understand is you're tolerating it, right? You're dealing with it, you're accepting it. And so the goal when you eliminate tolerations is to elevate your thinking and get rid of situations that don't serve you. Get rid of relationships that don't support you. Get rid of the physical and mental clutter because it's not serving you well. Okay. So eliminating all tolerations is a big part of having really great boundaries. That goes to the next one. Surround yourself with people who celebrate you. I have what I call a success team. My success team includes my coach that I pay for, my therapist that I pay for, my best friend who I know at any time of day or night I can call and she's there to support me, my business besties who work with in the marketplace. They have their own businesses, some of them are coaches, and we can bounce ideas off of each other. Sometimes they are my thought partners where I'm like, I got a quick idea. What do you think of this? Or I'm using this. Do you need, a different tool I can use instead of this? That's a business bestie to me. You also, under business bestie, you may want to include accountability buddies, right? People who are on a path to achieve certain goals. And because they're on a path to achieve certain goals, just like you are, you guys hold each other accountable for the progress. You set goals and you set timelines. And based on that, your accountability buddies are there to say, did you hit your goal? What happened? What got in the way? Are you close to hitting your goal? How can we speed this up? Because I know you want to really make this happen. That's an accountability buddy. Also, on my success team, are my digital mentors. Digital mentors are people that you learn from. You may not know them personally, but you read their books, you watch their videos. I may be your digital mentor because you're watching this particular episode, right? A digital mentor is someone that you find great wisdom from. You gain a lot of value from what they share in the marketplace. And they're important because they give you perspective, right? They give you a different insight sometimes to how you may be thinking of something. And because of that, you want to have digital mentors in your life. It may be a podcast. Hello, Mountain of Inspiration. Good to see. Good to see you. So, when you think about what digital mentors can do for you, they add value, they give you perspective, they validate your thinking. That's a digital mentor for you. I also have, family members. My son, who's 32 years old, he's a life coach as well. He's certified in life coaching. And he's a best-selling author, just like I am. He uses what he does differently than I do. But I love hearing his millennial perspective about things because it keeps me on the straight and narrow about that millennial perspective. Millennials are not my ideal clients, but it's okay because he really lends a different perspective for me to see what's going on. Surround yourself with people who celebrate you. Everybody that I talked about in terms of my success team, I want to encourage you and challenge you to build out whoever that is, right? Build out your business bestie. And, typically when you have a success team, it is not a huge amount of people, right? It's a small number. I literally can cover all of the members of my success team. If I include my pastor and my prayer partner, I can include all of the members of my success team and I won't use all 10 fingers, right? That's how you want to be. Your success team should be intimate. It should be, close to you. You can have friends or acquaintances, is what I call them, but your success team is part of what helps you succeed. So you want to be sure that they are close knit, tight knit. They may not even know each other, and that's okay, but they're close knit, tight knit with you. And because of that, they're really supporting your success. Think of your success team as the gas that fuels the engine that drives success in your business, right? think of your success team in that way. Then you can vet properly and you can make sure the right people are in your world for the occasion and the season that you're in. The next thing I want to talk about, these last two are really, really crucial. Challenge yourself to achieve bigger goals. What's the old adage? If your goals don't scare you, they're not big enough. Yeah, you need to challenge yourself, push the boundaries of your goals, create bigger goals. I was watching an interview, I want to say a couple of years ago. Jamie Lou, a couple of weeks ago, sorry, fire truck. Yeah, sorry, fire truck. But Jamie Lee Curtis, who's a very well known actress, she's the actress who's been in the Halloween series and she's been in a couple of other movies. She's the daughter of Tony Curtis and Janet Leigh. And she said that for a long time she was in hiding and she turned 60 something. I don't remember the exact number, but she turned 60 something. And instead of hiding, she decided she was going to start saying yes to a lot more opportunities that came her way. And in the process of saying yes, she created her own production team. She got, bigger gigs, movie parts and television roles, and it just opened up her whole world. And the way that I see that is she set her mind to achieve bigger goals, goals that she had hidden from before, goals that she had sort of shrunk away from. When you challenge yourself to achieve bigger goals, that whole idea of scaling your business comes easy. You start to see different opportunities and aspects that you can implement in your business that will serve and support you in a huge way. Okay. And the next one is this is the last one, and this is very, very important as well. Challenge yourself to pursue bigger dreams. Challenge yourself to pursue bigger dreams. One of the reasons I started this web TV show and audio podcast was because I wanted more exposure for my business. That was my goal. That was my dream. The other part of it for me was to be in a situation where I could highlight other people, to be in a situation where I could have great conversations with people whose dreams are elevated, people whose goals are bigger than mine, people who are doing amazing things. And so I created this platform for that reason. That's why I do the guest episodes. I do the bonus episodes because they've given me such tremendous energy and fuel that I'm always thinking bigger than I ever did before, right? I stepped away from it for a minute, because of some personal challenges. But what I found as I've come back to doing the bonus episodes and releasing the guest episodes that have been recorded and all that good stuff is my dreams about what this web TV show and audio podcast can be and will be and is being are much bigger. I told you hello to the Roku people. That just started this week. Roku, Fire Stick, all of that is on the Diamond Factory Experience Network. So I'm excited that my bigger dreams, my bigger goals are really starting to come to fruition. So that's all I had for today. As a reminder, I am on Clubhouse every week. Join the Profitable Coaching Club at profitablecoachingclub.com. You can join it there. I host a room every single week on Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern. There where I host those rooms, there is a panel that I assemble. I handpick everybody to be on the stage, to be up there with me, to be sharing in the way that I think supports the community, the 3,000 member club that I have on Clubhouse. Would love to host you there. And then I also do some training rooms from time to time. And when I say training rooms, it means I come on and I share content and I give people, I give you strategies and technologies and apps and all kind of stuff as part of that. So follow me on Clubhouse, join the Profitable Coaching Club. I'll be back next week for another episode of the Profitable Coaching Conversation Show with WendyY Bailey. Thanks so much for being here, and I will see you next time. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye. Have a great